Yo, what up, guys? What up? What up? I'm back. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm back. It's been a while, guys, since I have made YouTube videos. So I'm excited to make this one. But, guys, I know it's been a while. You have not seen any new content from me in probably a couple of months. And there's a reason to that. I'll kind of try to explain a little bit. But, nevertheless, what I do want to let y'all know, though, guys, that I am back. I'm bringing back live streams. So, what is to come? What's coming back? I'm bringing back live streams every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central. So the first live stream will be September 21st, guys. So remember, keep that in mind, 9 p.m. Central. Follow me on X, Twitter/X, and I'll be sending out tweets when I'm live. But every Thursdays, September 21st being the first live stream that's coming back. So be on the lookout for that. There's a few things that I'm working on. Some stuff is going to be things that will be coming out soon, like now, like I guess you could say like content. You're going to start seeing content come out more, again, how I mentioned schedule. So there'll be certain days of release of content as well. Instead of coming out just whenever, there'll be release dates, right? So we have live streams on Thursday nights. Obviously, you could, join live stream or be on the lookout the next day if you want to go back and watch it. Then there are going to be days throughout the week. Right now, we're working on those days, but it'll probably be, most likely like Tuesdays, and there'll be another day. And then you'll see content being dropped during those days, and also trying to work on something that's kind of realistic, right? I think what's not realistic is trying to push 20 pieces of content in a month. So I think what's realistic is going to be 2 pieces of content per week, which is 8 a month. So that's kind of the goal we're starting off with, and then obviously that would adjust and move on depending on there's other stuff that comes out, things of that nature. But nevertheless, we're going to have release dates where we're going to be pushing out this content, scheduled content. Then if there's any extra content, it'll come out on the following day or so on. So that's kind of what's going to start happening. Some of the stuff that's going to happen more so in the beginning of next year is I'm going to be putting together a monthly meetup called Lou and Friends. And pretty much what this meetup is going to be is not just me talking, but it'll be everybody else to be a community, right? The goal is to have some senior people join and then also have newbies join. And we'll be able to share knowledge and kind of help each other out, right? It'll be a good spot if you want to share your project, right? You're working on a project and you want to share it to the community and be able to kind of provide insight. And again, that would help out anybody who's new that's just trying to observe and take in knowledge. They'll be able to kind of see what's going on, be able to get a feel of projects that people are working on. And hopefully it'll be a place where you can meet up with other people, right? People with the same interests. And maybe there's somebody that needs help on their project and you can find opportunity to help out with them as well. So that's the whole plan. Obviously, I'll be talking as well in these meetups, but it's also to open up the door for other people to share what they're working on, share some knowledge, be able to answer questions. So that will be coming on January of 2024. What day? I'll figure out what day and all of that. Most likely it'll probably be like 2, maybe 3 hours long type meetup, but that's to come beginning of next year. Another thing that's we're gonna be working on, but probably won't be released to the beginning of next year, would be my website, iamlou.net. So ultimately, this website is going to be very focused on the content that I create here on YouTube, but it's going to be a place where you could search for my content, right? So if you just want to go and be able to search which content's out there that I have on YouTube, we're going to add some searching capabilities to make it easier to find content. But we're also going to be doing blog posts as well. We're going to be doing code snippets, again, all Python related. We're going to be providing resource links as well to other websites to provide, certain, whether it be tutorials or whether it be just certain resources like tools to download, be able to share even new tools that maybe you weren't aware of that are out there, recommendations, database management, applications and things of that nature, right? So it'll be a place for resource of all of that. So that's kind of to come, but it won't come to early of 2024. So just kind of put that out there. Whenever we do the weekly streams, it's going to be more focus on specific content, right? So, and by that I mean the way it used to be, it was just kind of a live stream, and it was kind of very freestyle. We just talk about whatever came up at the moment, and then obviously people could could join, and we try to solve some problems. The way we're gonna do it going forward is it's gonna be more structured, right? We're gonna have things planned in advance, like all right, for this live stream, we're gonna talk about X, Y, and Z, right? Maybe we're gonna be talking about Django Python development. We're going to be talking about configuring your Django project to a Docker container. Then maybe we'll talk about some AWS, services, right? Maybe Gateway API, what it is, how to get started with it, things of that nature, right? So a lot of the stuff, and again, the live stream would be not just talking about, but kind of showing it too, right? Going through the process and showing it. And obviously, a lot of we'll be making videos in more detail on how to set up a a Docker container with Python and Django and your versions of Python and all of that stuff, right? Then we'll be also be making a video more specific of setting up AWS Gateway API that maybe connects to a Lambda function and all that kind of stuff, right? So we will be making some of the topics that we talk about in the live stream. We will be reviewing it, but then we'll be making a video that will go more detailed, that very specific for that subject. But nevertheless, the whole purpose is it'll be very structured. We're trying to keep it more structured. That's the plan. And when it comes to content in general that will be dropped going forward, obviously we're going to focus on Python, right? But we're going to be focusing a lot on web Python as well, right? Using frameworks like Django, Flask, Fast API, Django RESTful API, go into some of the details and of like using some of these frameworks for the purpose of authentication, using session tokens to authenticate in your API. There'll be some JavaScript as well that we'll be discussing, but more so because we're dealing with web. So there'll be videos that I'm going to be making like Django and Vue.js, how to use them together as an example and things of that nature, right? So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. We are going to be focusing obviously with cloud, going over to some key cloud services like Gateway API, Lambda, Glue, Redshift, the list goes on, right? And some of the key services and even some non-key services. Amazon AWS has so many services, right? But there's some that are what I would call more heavily used than others, and those are the ones we're going to be focused on because they're the more popular ones, the one that most likely, if you're getting a job or if you're trying to get a job in that area, you're going to be most likely using, right? Deploying Docker containers in AWS and so forth. So those are some of the areas we want to be focused on when it comes to content creation going forward. So again, Python, web development in Python, little bit of JavaScript, dealing with frameworks like Vue.js, things of that nature. Cloud, again, AWS specifically, but also Azure. Then dealing with some services in AWS. And then kind of go over tools as well, man. That's something we want to go over, certain tools to use. Because when you're new, a lot of the time you don't know what tools to use. So we're going to be focused on use certain tools, emphasize on certain workflows, creating pipelines for your code base. And also pipelines when it comes to like data as well, right? Data pipelines to kind of go through that process and how to get that set up. And then also database, guys. One of the things I want to focus on as well that I really haven't focused on too much in previous is database. When it comes to creating models, going over views, again, basic fundamental stuff, but for newbies, that's kind of, it's very important. But then also going to more advanced aspects of procedures, utilizations of CTEs, subqueries, just the list goes on of different areas, using variables inside your procedures. Again, just kind of go in more details of that aspect of the development, indexing your tables, certain performance issues that you may have and why you have them, how to identify these performance issues and how to fine tune it, right? Make it better. But either way, there's a lot. Those are some of the areas we'll be kind of focus on driving going forward. And that's kind of like the plan we're trying to do. I'm building a small team. So I'm going to be having somebody helping me out on doing some of the videos on the back end on, As we get requests from users, like, hey, how do I do this? We'll be looking through it, reviewing it, determine, all right, let's do some testing over this, and then we can make content off of it. The plan is to build a big back end team where as we get a lot of requests coming in, we can start fine tuning and testing out on how to solve these problems. And then on top of that, we'll be able to push out content, even more content, right? Of showing how do we solve these problems. So nevertheless, though, got to start baby steps. I know I've been, out of pocket for a couple of months, but that's why I want to make this video, let y'all know that I'm back. We're going to be pushing content. We're going to try to stick to a schedule, something that's reasonable. And then, yeah, guys, try to grow the channel. I know I mentioned this before, and this still stands. Our goal is to hit 10K, guys. Right now, we're about 3K subscribers. Our goal is going to be 10K. When we do hit, because I do feel we're going to hit it, when we do hit 10K subscribers, I am going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to be giving away Mac Studio. So keep that in mind. That's what I'm going to be giving away. Obviously, I may have other giveaways in between, but for now, when we hit that goal, that's going to be the goal. And then ultimately, I'm going to set another goal. And as we hit that goal, it'll be another item, right? So share, have your friends follow, man. Have anybody who's interested show support, give me a follow, and appreciate it, guys. And again, I know I've been out of pocket, man. I'm excited to come back. I've been pushing out video, pushing out content. There'll be a lot more interaction and great things to come, guys. Y'all take care. See y'all later. Peace.